Hi guys, my name is Tara Tarot. Welcome to my channel. This will be your June 15th to June 30th reading. Following this month, we will be sticking with monthly zodiac readings beginning at the 1st, but considering that the last reading I had done for you guys, I ended mid-June, I decided to finish out June for you guys. So this reading will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. As I had last time, I shuffled the cards beforehand so that we could jump right into it. And I think that's it. Yeah, so we're going to go in right here. Okay, so the first card I had picked for you guys, I had asked what the theme was for the next 2 weeks. And I had received the card of the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, this card especially, this is the Shadowscape deck. If you can see in this card, she's holding a bowl which is like filled with gold. So there is an emphasis on prosperity as well as manifestation. So at this time, I really do believe that you guys are manifesting a lot of things into your life. For a lot of you, I think this is love, because anything revolving around cups revolves around your emotions. And when I see the Page of Cups personally, I see this as a messenger of love. And I especially see this as a card as somebody is coming towards you, or you're looking towards somebody with a great fond desire towards them. And in this case, if this is the situation, then this person makes you feel really happy, and you have you're being asked to listen to your heart. So for the next 2 weeks, I have a feeling that there is an emphasis around a relationship developing in your life. Now, for a lot of you, I think that this relationship could be something from your past that's redeveloping, or this could be something that you've had strong feelings for towards a while, but I believe that it is going in a more serious direction. With the Page of Cups, I also usually think of puppy love, or a teenager who just really is falling for somebody for the first time. The reason I think of that is because I think as a page, as someone who's very eager to get into something but doesn't have all the information. So somebody who is just experiencing love for the first time is likely, I'm sorry, I had to move the camera a little bit, is likely to fall a little too fast or a little too hard because of the fact that they have a lack of experience behind it in that area. So it's a possibility that there's also an overemphasis on how much caring is going into it, and that would be because it's still very intense. It's a very intense emotions with little to hold it back. And then I had asked, what is something that would be unexpected that is going to occur for you guys? I'm so sorry. I'm stumbling over my words. When I had asked what was something unexpected that can come up for the next 2 weeks for you guys, the card that had come out was the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands to me is, the four, of course, it revolves around stability. And I'll show you the card, guys. So the Four of Wands is about stability. And with this card, we see some animals. I'm not even going to tell you a name of an animal because it's going to be wrong. But we see them, and they're hopping over each other, it seems. And they're towards the light, so towards the sun. And they're very happy. So in other Four of Wands decks, this usually represents a marriage or a union. Which is why I think for you guys, something unexpected that's going to come up is some kind of a union. And I believe that this could also be family parties occurring during this time. But I think for this one, I always see the sanctity of marriage, or the union of polar opposites. So a feminine and a masculine energy. That doesn't, again, need to mean the sex of the person, but the masculine and the feminine energy. And I feel for a lot of you, something unexpected that's going to come is a union out of this. And I don't think a lot of you like to think about relationships super seriously, because Virgos are very emotional, but they're more analytical, so I don't think they like to live in their feelings as much as, say, a Cancer. However, Virgos have a lot of that behind them, so it's always that they're kind of desiring it. But I feel the problem arises in it. So I think what might be unexpected is your desire to actually be in the union or this union actually coming out for you. Because it could have been something that you've been waiting for a while, and now it's finally like arising. And the next card, this is the Two of Swords. So I had asked for a way for you guys to stay grounded, or some advice for you guys to help you through the next 2 weeks. The card that came out was the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is about not having all of the information, having a problem making a decision because not everything is out there. You have to rely a lot on intuition and about things that you feel rather than clear-cut logic, which is not something you guys need to do, So I think a way that you can stay grounded is to try to figure out a little bit more of the information, to take some time away from some people, as we could see in this card as well. The page here, she left other people, other entities in the ocean to sit by herself, to sit with this gold, saucer. And she's sitting there and she's reminiscing and she's sitting in her emotions and she's by herself to figure out what it is that she loves about this and why she wants to be around this energy so much. So I think how you can ground yourself is by having some alone time to really sit and think. Because sometimes our emotions really come over us and we're unable to make clear decisions because we feel too much and it's too much in the moment. However, if you take some time to get some more information and really listen to your heart, I think that you will be in good shape for the last 2 weeks of this. And just remember that on July 7th, we will be having a Mercury retrograde. So you want to get a lot of these things set before that happens, because once that occurs, communication is not going to happen so easily. The next card I asked was, what are some large emotions that you're going to feel during these 2 weeks? And the card that came out for that was the World. So the World card is all about feeling accomplished, getting to a point in one's life where they feel like enlightened. They feel like they've learned a lot of the information that they needed to learn. They are okay with not knowing. They're aware that they're still a student, but they have learned so much thus far, and in some areas they can become teachers. Now, what I also see for this, because this is your feelings, is I feel like this person in your life is the world to you. You put a lot of pressure on this connection because they mean so much to you and they really make you feel complete. Now, with the World card as well, I want to remind you that this is 21. 21 is the last of the major arcana. So, for me, whenever you're at the end of any cycle, so if it's 10 and the next card coming up, I think of it as it's the end of a cycle, so a new one's about to begin. So I feel it's as if you've just started a new ride with this. You have so many emotions because everything's coming to the top because you're at the end of one of your cycles, but something new is going to begin shortly after this. But right now, you're really recognizing feelings behind it. Another thing about this card, if you don't notice, is here, you see the red strings that are attached to her. I think when I see that red string, I've said it in a lot of my other readings, it usually to me represents destiny or something that is set in stone in a way. So for relationships, I think a lot of that is connected to soulmates or twin flames because they help us in our journey. So I do believe that this person you believe is fated for you. And I believe that these are intense emotions for a Virgo to undergo because you can't analyze these things into clear boxes. They're not going to make sense that way because they're feelings. So what might come up unexpected is a lot of emotions. Also, the card I had asked something that's going to inspire you from the next 2 weeks. The card that came out was the Temperance card. So I believe something that's going to inspire you is you're going to start to feel balanced. I think for a long time you guys have been feeling like you didn't have it all together, or you were trying to figure out one aspect of your life, but another aspect of your life was lacking because of it. You didn't have a way to make everything seem linear. Instead, your feelings seemed very chaotic, and this caused a break for you guys. Until now. Now you're starting to really get that energy together, and you're starting to recognize that you have the power to balance these things out, and you're going to start feeling inspired once things start going your way. Once you start feeling less tension, because you'll be balanced within, and when your world is balanced within, then your outside world becomes balanced. The next card I had asked was, how are your spirit guides planning on speaking to you? Or how do they plan on showing themselves to you? So I feel with the Knight of Wands card coming out for that, is I feel like you guys will have a lot of inspiration to move towards new ideas. You're going to be really wanting to move, and this could be actually physically moving out of your house. You could be getting new insights to move or synchronicities to move, but if it doesn't revolve around actually moving your home, because this is a general reading, for some of you it could just be that you'll have this intense feeling that you need to just move and get things done, and you're going to go and jump towards them with like a very quick tenacity and with a lot of desire behind it. But it's less like the Page, whereas the Page doesn't really have much set behind him. He just kind of starts moving towards it without having things in plan. You are a little bit more together to move, and that's why you're going to start feeling like your spirit guides are going to give you clarification and what's the word? Not just clarification, but they're going to make you know that like you're doing the right thing, and like that you have things together to go forward with this position. So it's not that you're just moving towards something but you don't have everything behind you. You actually have everything ready to do it, and they're going to show you that. And you might get a lot of signs through other people telling you to move. There might be synchronicities and things that you see, but regardless, it's going to be, you're going to receive some kind of clarification. I think that's the word I was looking for before. You're going to receive some sort of clarification from the universe that it's like, yes, okay, that's the way that I'm going. And they're really going to be behind you with that, and I feel like it's going to be very fast, fiery energy. So brace yourselves. Another thing that I think how you can best support yourself for this, and something that I think will benefit you greatly in this situation, the card that came out was the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, there's a reason why this card shows swans, and that's because the swan has a sense of elegance and beauty that we're all so drawn to, but also they're very, very strong. And swords revolves around communication. Specifically, the Ace of Swords is like cutting through all the bullshit. And I'm sorry for like cursing for you guys, but it's clarity. There's truth. I think what is going to help you best support yourself is to be able to have these conversations that you need to have, to be able to put your feelings into words. Now, I'm not saying for you to rush and do it, because I did tell you earlier that I think you're going to need to spend some time by yourself so that you can honestly differentiate your feelings. However, I think once you have it organized in some sort so that you can actually communicate that, communication is the only way you will be able to support yourself. And the bottom of the deck, I always look at it as a clear message or a theme, but considering I asked the theme before, I think it was a hidden message, and the card there is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups comes after the Page of Cups, and that is like a step up. So I really do think that somebody is stepping up to the plate, and they're going to give you what you were hoping for, and they're giving you this golden cup. Because you went down there at the bottom of the ocean before with that cup, and somebody is bringing you like that same thing that you've been reminiscing over and figuring out why you want it. Now they're bringing you a new one. And I think that they're giving you everything that you've been hoping for. The card under that is the Tower. So you could take that how you guys want. I also feel because there are cup signs that this doesn't need to be for all of you, but I do see, like, there's a Sagittarius here, but Knight of Cups and Page of Cups are revolved around Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpios. And since those were the themes in the hidden message, I do believe that this could be about a water sign, but since it is a general message, it doesn't need to be for everyone. So that is your reading for June 15th to June 30th. It does seem like there are wonderful things coming towards you, especially in love. So I hope that we are happy to hear that. I will be seeing you guys next month, or in the next 2 weeks for your July readings, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like or a comment below, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.